as we talked about, and just off the top of the segment, our big trip, July 20th, here in there in Toronto, as over 500 Expos fans. I shouldn't even say 500 anymore. To me, it's probably closer to 550 at this point. We may even get to 600 when it's all said and done. One of the gentlemen that's helped create the momentum and who will certainly be in the stands. You heard his great song off the top. You can follow him on twitter.com/Annakin Slayd. We are joined, of course, by Annakin Slayd. How you doing?
Good, man. What's up, Matt?
Not much. What are you up to?
I just got off the ice.
Off the ice?
Yeah.
Now you're either playing in a daytime hockey league or you're training for the Ice Capades or some sort of figure skating competition.
Ringette.
Oh.
I play, a little bit of ringette.
Really?
No.
I don't know.
No, I play a little pickup. That's all on Tuesdays.
Okay. All right. What position?
I would play left wing today, but I'm usually on D.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't score, so don't ask.
Are you a Chris Chelios type on D?
I'm more like a Lyle Odeline type, which means I can't do anything except smile. I don't know.
Oh God, that's pretty insulting. All right, let's change the subject. Obviously, our efforts are square on trying to get as many people and make as big a stink, if you will, in Toronto for July 20th. Why is it important to you to go to Toronto to this Jays versus Rays game?
Well, I get a lot of questions about, people saying, are we going to get the Expos back? Are we going to get baseball back and all that? And, all those are very interesting questions. And obviously we want the team back in as soon as possible. But really, the only thing that we can do as people without tons of money and political influence, all we can do is show that we still exist as a fan base. People like you and me who, you have an outlet and I have an outlet for communication, and we use it. We got to use it. We got to rile up the fans and let MLB know and let all of North America know that, if they ever want to look to a new place or an old place to get baseball back, this is the one. And I think going to Toronto and just, seeing those red, white, and blue caps in the audience and, is going to have an effect. And it's hopefully we can make some headlines.
Now, you're the kids call it a hip guy. I'm not one of those people. Now, what are you laughing at, Brandon?
Said hip guy.
I know. Anyway, I kind of exaggerated. It's like an old Letterman trick, right? You kind of portray yourself as the old guy who says, "Get off my lawn." But anyway, I'm watching late night last night. I'm watching the Red Sox at Seattle, and in like the third or fourth inning, they come back from break and they pan to the crowd, and there's a dude wearing a Gary Carter jersey and an Expos hat from the 80s, and it just stands out, right? It's Seattle, so if people are wearing stuff, it's usually that god-awful teal, practice jersey, or, it's blue of some sort, or gray road jersey, and there you see this bright white Expos, with the red and white down the sleeves, and it just stood out so much, and these guys, the broadcasters had to talk about it, of course, a little bit, and you see it everywhere. I was out today, and just so many different types of gear that you're seeing. Is it helping, do you think, the fan base of baseball fans in Montreal, or is it just kind of a nice city on the side that the logo and the cap are popular?
I think it helps that it's first of all that it's bright red and bright blue, and it's just kind of one of those things that you can spot it in the crowd easy. It's not like a Yankee cap, which could be either a Detroit any number of different caps. It certainly helps. And, the logo is very popular. I'll never forget walking down New York, and this is 10 years ago before the whole Expos logo came back, and just some dude on the street, I was wearing an Expos cap, of course, and he looked at me and was like, "That's a fat logo, man." People just feel. I was in the middle of New York City, and I felt proud. I was like, wow, people recognize that, the Expos logo is something cool. So, and now that's like times 20. You just walk around the streets of Montreal, and you could count at least 20 caps in a span of 10 blocks. It's one of those things, and of course, it really helps. That kind of visibility is important.
Mo, merchandising big with professional sports now. It's to the point where they're adding extra jerseys just to sell them, right?
Well, absolutely. Just think the point to further elaborate with Annakin saying, even 10 years ago when the Expos were slowly moving out from Montreal to Washington, it became a hot item with a lot of Americans. Americans came up here to buy Expos gear because you couldn't find it down there in the States. And if the Expos were still relevant right now in Montreal, I'm sure it would be even bigger than what it is right now.
Now, Brandon, we need to get you a cap Need to get you an Expos cap.
Well, SJ Green has one. I'm eyeing that a couple times. Seeing
What does that mean? You're gonna steal it out of his locker?
He like leaves it around sometimes. I'll take it. But yeah, he's always wearing that Expos hat. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'll wear it.
All right. Now, how many do you have, Annakin?
Like the ones that I wear like on rotation. Brandon knows what I'm talking about. I wear on rotation a good 20.
Wow.
But like in a box somewhere, I mean, it's got to be upwards of 30, 35.
Wow.
Yeah, I retire them after a while.
Huh. Mo, how many Marlins caps do you have?
I have one.
Oh my God.
It's a classic one though. Because I'm a big Hanram fan. That's why.
Hanley Ramirez. Yes, he's no longer with the Marlins.
I know.
Just letting you know.
I'm a Dodger fan now. You Seal Puig, my boy.
So just getting back to this trip, obviously, if people want to go, they can buy tickets in sections 101 and 102 because the promo we had in conjunction with the Jays is sold out. What would make this trip a success in your mind?
Let me just actually stress something. I think 101 and 102 are down to like 5 to 10 tickets left. There isn't much there. So I think we're actually going to have to move over to 103.
Wow. So, let me tell you something. I spoke last Thursday with the Jays, and they said there were 200 seats in that section. So that gets me excited.
Yeah, but since Expos Nation started posting about the specific place, I think that something like 50 more tickets have been sold. This is what I'm hearing from insiders.
Ooh, insiders. Okay, so we can start saying 600 then instead of 500.
I think we can safely say 600. I can safely say that we're probably going to have both sides of the field a very strong presence in the outfield. So I mean, it's really just I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, last year was so much fun, and we were probably about 150, 200. I can only imagine just the entire occupy left field, occupy the outfield. Now that's what we're doing. So
what would make it a success for you?
What would make it a success is if I see something on either MLB.com or ESPN.com saying, listen, the Expos fans come out in force in Toronto. They want their team back. A certain amount of, like I say, it's that kind of exposure that we need. We need people talking. We need people chatting about it on major websites and major writers. And it's already happened. Writers are already pushing for Montreal to get a team back. If they see the fan base coming out in force and supporting, it's going to be even more of a reason for them to write about it.
Well, in the last 6 to 8 months, we've seen Keith Olbermann, Jim Cable, Jay Jaffe from SI, all these big names talking about it. So let's see if it continues. Dude, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right, I'll see you next week.
All right, there you go. That's Annakin Slayd from Expos Nation. Of course, AnnakinSlayd.com as well. You can check out some of his music and his talents. Obviously, it's not just about sports videos for him, certainly.
You know what he has to do now? He's got an Expos and Habs theme song, right?
Yeah.
He needs an Alouettes theme song.
That's been mentioned to him before.
He can name drop S.J. Green, Brandon London.
It's hard to rhyme London, though, isn't it?
It's easy. London, Fundin.
I stand corrected.
I was terrible. No, but there's this Montreal-based rapper named Millie Moet that I've been tweeting him, trying to get him to make us an anthem. So Mo, if you could
that's my dude. I see him every week.
And Drake shouted him out and started from the bottom song. Yeah. So he's pretty prominent rapper around here. A lot of people know him. So if he ever wanted to do an anthem,
all right,
let me in the booth.
Other side of the break, we'll talk about the latest possibilities of an Alouettes song. Now, we will talk about the Alouettes on the field, 1-1 on the season. We'll talk with Brandon London next on Your Owls.